Hi everyone, Daily Crafted here. I was going to go ahead and do a little spooky coloring. If you're interested in my glow-in-the-dark nails, they are a set of nail ad, adhesives from the Color Street line, and I purchased them from GB Maltese, and this set of nail covers is called Here for the Booze. And I'm not sure if you can really see that, but there's a little ghost that says boo on the nail, and then the other design within the kit includes these little ghosts right here. So, yeah, I did go ahead and get these for Halloween. Also, there is another option as far as purchasing. Now, GB Maltese is having a nail party. I will put the link down below. Also, if you're interested in the Color Street Nails, another consultant that I do buy from is Creativity by Gidge. So GB Maltese name's right there. That's her channel name, GB Maltese. And there's Creativity by Gidge's channel name right there. And Gidge does a subscription box as well as selling the separate nail packets, adhesives as well. And I will put her information down below in the description box as well. Another person that I'm going to be purchasing nail covers from or nail adhesives from is Jen's Creations Wall. That's her channel name right there. She is also having a nail party, and I will put that information down below. I'm going to be purchasing probably the Thanksgiving and Christmas line. I love all three of these ladies. They're just adorable, and any one of them should be able to help you with getting a hold of some fun nail adhesives for, especially for the holidays. It's really fun, and they do have regular adhesives as well for all year round. Okay, with that said, let's get to the project here. I did try to record this video earlier, but for whatever reason, the sound was just being naughty, so I did get a little bit of coloring done. This is Tokidoki. It's a fun Halloween page, and it's from this book. It is the Tokidoki coloring pad, and there are all kinds of pictures in there, and this was one of them. Perfect for Halloween. Also, I thought I'd fill you in on a little bit of a ghost story from one of my experiences as a child. Well, and about 11 years old. And so it was interesting. I'm not sure if people believe in ghosts. I'm still not sure sometimes what exactly all happened, but it's always an experience. We always learn and grow from those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my Castle Art watercolor pencils, and I can't really tell the color because I am coloring under a black light. And so I don't know exactly which color I'm going to be using for each portion as I'm coloring and telling you the story. But what we'll do is we will find out at some point what this looks like. I'm not sure if I will unveil it right before or during Halloween or for Halloween. So the one of the experiences that I had as a young child, we lived in the Midwest in farm countries, in the farming community in old houses. And one of the homes that we lived in was originally a log cabin. It was over 100 or 200 years old. So I'm guessing this was around the late 70s that we lived there. And I believe it was about 200 years old, if not more. And so once again, it was a home that was originally a log cabin. And we were having a family dinner. It was, I believe, in fall. And we were having a family dinner, get together. Everybody had finished eating. The parents were playing cards at the table in the dining area. The kids, all of us kids, we were at our house, and all of us kids were in the playroom Us girls were playing Barbies, of course, debating on who had the most stylish and functional and prettiest outfit. And then the boys were probably playing trucks or something. We don't really know. Us girls were too involved with debating the Barbie clothes. So all of a sudden, we hear the parentals going. All the adults were headed upstairs, and it seemed like they were very upset, very unnerved about something, yet still somewhat jovial in a way, and just a mixed bag of conversation that we could overhear. And it's all of us kids were like, oh my goodness, what in the world is going on? This is very confusing, seeing all the parents in a line going upstairs. Well, of course, us kids had gone up there. After all the parents had gone up there, we followed them up and asked them what were they doing. And what we had come to find out was that my mom was telling some of the adults about how my brother and I had told her about how we were seeing and hearing what seemed like to be ghosts in our house. And so all of the adults were very concerned, of course. And so one of the adults had set up a tape recorder with a brand new blank cassette tape. Once again, keep in mind, this is the late 70s. And so we had a big tape recorder machine. And one of the adults had gotten the tape recorder machine, got a brand new blank tape out of the package. And I do apologize if anything happened there with the recording. It just got to pop up on the screen here. And so to continue with the story, they had set up the cassette tape, put it in one of the rooms that us kids were a little leery of. It seemed like there were the room was somewhat creepy. Always. It was always cold in there. I mean, there was a window in there that just, it was always cold in that room. It was a smaller kind of storage room, but the odd thing about that room was that the door every morning to that room, no matter how securely we shut it, was always open. And so that was the most secure and quietest room in the upstairs area. So, well, as far as we knew, it was. And the parents had set up the tape recorder in that room. So they set it up. Everybody tried to stay as quiet as possible, but of course, there's walking down the stairs and things like that, and but quiet as possible. So I think the tape had an hour, maybe 2 hours recording time available on it. So they set it up for about an hour or 2 hours. And after about an hour or 2 hours, they went upstairs and they retrieved the tape recorder. And they played the tape back. And of course, you hear the normal sounds of everybody walking, or, walking and talking as they're going down the stairs, even though they were whispering, trying to be quiet. But nobody was allowed upstairs. Everybody was, kept track of everybody else. Nobody went upstairs. Nothing that could contaminate the tape recording. And so they retrieved the tape recorder. They brought it back downstairs. And they played the tape. And like I said, of course, you could hear on the tape everybody talking, that sort of thing. And then you could hear the wind blowing from the window that was up there. And then you could hear the door close from when they'd set up the tape recorder and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, on the tape recording, there was a voice that said, "Keep out your people." Interesting. It was an older voice. It sounded like an older woman, elderly woman. So, of course, my mother was very, very upset. Not happy at all. I mean, we had told her that we were having these experiences, but, children have an imagination, reasonably so, and, you know, I guess it just was like, she would listen, of course, and not judge and that sort of thing, but this was a whole new experience for her, was actually hearing this on this tape recorder. So needless to say, we left the house for the evening, and it may have been a few days that we stayed away. I don't recall exactly how many days, if we stayed away, for how many days we stayed away. But the voice once again sounded very upset, and so we left the house, and we ended up moving out of that house. So not too long after that, we moved out of that house, and do what makes you feel comfortable, for sure. And so my aunt, in the process, within a short amount of time after the recording had been done, one of my aunts had taken the tape to a professional recording studio, music studio type place that reviews tapes and things like that. And she had drove all the way to another state to have this tape reviewed. Well, once again, while the recording studio was reviewing the tape, you know how you can see those little bars of when somebody talks. And so, when the adults were talking, you can hear them on the tape, closing the door to the room, the bars would move up. The footsteps down the stairs, the bars would move up. And then all of a sudden, the voice that said that phrase, "Keep out your people," when it played, there was nothing. The bars didn't move. Okay. So officially, unofficially, the recording studio said they didn't think it was a human voice. They wrote a report that I believe on the report for my aunt, they said it was inconclusive of the origin of the voice. And that was one of the experiences that I had as a young child. I have had more. We did move out of that house. We moved to another home that was a newer home. And it was not as active, or it wasn't active in that way. And we lived there until the owners, we had rented the newer home. We rented that house until the owners decided to sell that house. So we moved to another older farmhouse, and unfortunately, we had experiences there as well. That farmhouse was about 100 years old. And my mom, she just, we tried to deal with that situation, but that's a story for another day, another night. Actually, I'm recording this at night. And maybe what we'll do is we'll continue with the coloring on this page, and I will fill you in on on those stories as well. And once again, we'll continue to make progress on this page, tell you about maybe a couple more experiences, and hope that I don't have any issues with recording, which was kind of odd. Never had that happen before. But I'll just write it off to it. My computer system needed updates. So I hope everybody enjoyed hearing a little bit, whether you believe in the ghost stories or not. I hope you had a good time and enjoy your day or night. Take care, everyone. We'll talk with you later. Bye.